Well, we are live. Mostly because I forgot to play the video, so.
Happy holidays. One and all, here is just some of the hype available this Christmas Eve. Absolute Wonder Woman meets Absolute Batman in issue number 15. Red Hood finally gets his battle with the Joker in DCKO. Marvel celebrates with a winter break special. After the fall of Doom, what will become of the Fantastic Four? Find out in The Will of Doom. Sweet Paprika arrives with a holiday special. Find a gift from Image Comics in their blind bag stocking stuffer, featuring ratio variants from the biggest titles of the year. Fire and Ice are bringing a one-shot titled Necron. The Gargoyles bring out their Christmas cheer, and the Battle Nexus begins for all the TMNT. Get what you want and more at iwantmorecomics.com.
I was not expecting the level of festive. I don't know if everybody knows that the Sunday videos I put out, which is why you get them about 80% of the time, and the Tuesday videos Richie works on.
Yes.
Why there's extra festive in there with that.
It is the holiday version, man. We are going to be open Christmas Eve. We're going to set up shop and bring out new comic books just in time, right before you head off to the holidays with your fam. So we are lucky enough to be part of that visit. Hopefully you have made plans to come visit us and say hello. I would love to see your faces on Christmas Eve. I know that much. And we have a lot to talk about. I thought typically around this time we slouch, like there's like 3 titles that are kind of fun to pick up. And this week's actually pretty popping. I think there's a lot to go through with this half-hour hype on a lovely Tuesday before New Comic Book Day.
I think this is if we get it out, we get to bill them this year.
Right.
Distributors.
Yes.
So, Sean looked at it, and he turned around and he's like, "This is a big week, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a big week."
It is. It is indeed a big week. Why don't you tell everybody how to join us here?
So, first off, we are with Put Tomorrow's Books are live on our website right now, iwantmorecomics.com. You can join and follow along with the same pages I'll be scrolling by turning around and going to our website using the shop, and that top thing that says new releases this week will take you exactly there. Nam is asking our question here. What did we do with the DNA variants? I didn't know people liked David Nucky.
What?
Crazy talk. Like Nam, 3 of them survived. 8 did not from packing snafus out there. So
people trying to get out of the warehouse early. We're like, yeah.
They did not look good enough for us to turn around and sell. So 3 have survived. There are 5 or 6 people on the poll. So the way we always do that here is the first 5 or 6 people with that book will turn around and get it filled. The rest of them will get filled in a week or so when we get the replacements. They've already been reported as damaged, so we should get replacements on that without a problem. So whether you get it this week or whether you get it next, it's on the ways and all that. So
I didn't do anything, Nam.
Yeah, this time maybe we can't blame Richie, but then again, we can always blame Richie. So,
maybe. All right. Well, we have a lot to get to. I thought we would start off with a little bit of the cuteness and go into our filter for cover theme and talk about Disney Unleashed.
Filters. So, guys that are following along, new or are pros at it, on the website and all this, you can filter down what you're looking for so that you get to exactly what you're going for. One of the big things that we build in here, cover artists helps people a lot, but cover themes. And I'm just you can select multiples at the same time. So why don't we just bring them all up?
Bring them all in. Let's talk about all. They were all on my list anyway. So
there we go.
Except for one of them, but
because there's only one piece there for sleep for the Youngblood team ups.
That's correct. Yeah.
But Marvel has got 3 different ones going on. Looks like Nullified is prevalent through the whole thing. You've got Null just deciding to grab onto anything and everything that he can see in the Marvel universe.
Even jumping into like the cartoon universe is a Null from the 94 animated series makes an
This one
appearance.
here is absolutely amazing.
What would he look like in that 94 animated series? Heck yes.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Like the reimagining of that for a
Mhm.
character that didn't exist back then. But what if he did? What if he did?
They do that all the time with Harley Quinn.
So Will of Doom's got one. Spider-Man 94's got one. The Marvel Winter
Special.
Winter Break Special. Getting it right. Amazing Spider-Man in 1776. Then we come over here to the little Wild Maniac.
I am a super fan of this amazing the Benjamin Sue variant. That Spider-Man 18 I think is excellent. A Venom homage. He's wearing the Christmas sweater and doing the Stitch blah thing. I think it's great.
Yeah, very well done there. The second one that they have for that is also on Will of Doom, which is an old, Fantastic Four cover. I couldn't give you the issue number right away because it's not my strong suit, but that is this man, that monster, right? Yeah,
brilliant Phil Noto illustrating too.
Yeah, pretty solid, pretty great. And then our last one, you have a little bit of your winter. What did they call this exactly? Winter Wonderland, winter break.
Yeah, this is the winter break leading up to the winter break special that did release today. So we can kind of highlight these two and then move on to that special if you'd like.
Yeah, you got that. And then this is nullified actually. So
that is right. Yes.
So if we turn around now, reset our filter, just go directly to Marvel and jump to the Marvel Winter Break Special. You have options, and there is one cover on here I don't think was on FOC because I had nobody order it, and I was totally blown away. I think it was released afterwards. But this Nicolette Baldari,
I'm really glad you brought that up because I didn't see it either. I feel like we would talk about
this. Came out afterwards, and I just grabbed a random amount because I trust the artist. I like Nicoletta. So, and then bang. Just straight delivery here for the Black Cat right there. You have other great options. The main book is nice. Ivan Telvera is really nice. We already covered the Sandoval nullified. The 1 in 25 lyrics is getting a little bit of buzz because,
of course,
pretty obvious reasons.
I think you can figure that out.
But you definitely have this. The Winter Break Special. Itself is series a little smaller, vignette story kind of thing is the way they always do this stuff. But we all know why you guys come. Let's not lie to each other. But there are pinups in this issue too, so plenty of going on there, and it's not a huge price point. Like a lot of the specials go like $10. This one's only $6. So
excellent. We can go over to, we'll just stick with the holiday theme since we're in it right now. We can jump over to Image and talk about Mirka Andolfo's return for a one-shot. She's doing an anthology series, kind of like your anthologies you get from DC or Marvel, where everybody gets to take a crack at the Sweet Paprika universe during Christmas time. So we have a few titles, but this is the Black, White, and Pink coming from the Black White kind of scenarios that all publishers do.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of this going on. Marvel had quite a few of them to start things off, and then I guess if you go all the way back, Batman Black and White probably.
I think that's where it started. Yeah,
one of the grandfathers there and all this, but so many different covers. This one here is bagged and too hot for TV. So
be careful with these one shots because they will melt your snow. They're very spicy.
Okay, I'm gonna let you hang out there with that. But I am gonna jump over while we're talking holiday.
No help.
Image. You're on an island, kid. I do appreciate that since the beginning. Richie has not been a fan of puns, but now he is.
I'm not a fan of puns.
Now he goes full on into it. So.
Yes, let's talk about this stocking stuffer because you and I have talked about this a couple times now.
So, Image, let's talk about what this is. This is a blind bag, $20 blind bag That's the cover price on this, and may include a 1 in 25 to a 1 in 100 incentive ratio that we've seen through the years of all these different Image titles. It could be almost anything that came out this year. How did this come to be? Why did they just decide to print extras? Well, they don't. The deal is this. Let's say that there's a title. Let's grab something random here. Death of
Sure.
Capra, right?
Mhm.
And let's say that there was inside of it a 1 in 25 variant. But if most stores only ordered, say, 10, 15 copies, nobody qualified for the, well, there was a low amount of the 1 in 25s that were released. They still printed them because, again, it's just ratios and all this.
Right.
Well, what Image did is that they pulled them all back from distribution. They sent them off to another company who blind bagged them, put them together like this, and now they're all they're released, and you have a shot to buy it. Now, we didn't know how well this was going to sell. We only had 2 pre-orders on it, so we are not deeply stocked on this. If you would like one, you can get one. And you guys know us. A lot of times we'll say, limit 3 on blind bags. We don't have the stock for this one. It's limit 1. So
That's correct.
If you are interested, I would say take a look at it and decide quickly. It is highly likely it does not survive the night.
I would agree with that. Yes, it may not be here when we open the store, so be vigilant. I want
that's what you guys
people
tune in,
listening
right?
to. Yeah,
Get the
that's
early
exactly
shot
right.
type of stuff.
I want people that watch us to get the things they want. So,
Yep.
All right. Next up, we can jump over to Dynamite with a few of our winter specials. We have Gargoyles bringing out their 2025 winter special. Just a one-off shot. Has to do with a detective, kind of like a crime noir they're doing in the cold winter of New York. So that will be fun. Jay Lee cover on the A is awesome. We have Fire and Ice Necron for those that enjoyed the old cartoon. I think know all about Necron. Another gorgeous Jay Lee cover. Also a one-shot. And then finally, we have Red Sonja's New Year's special a week before it lands, but perfect timing. At least it's not late. So,
nope.
A couple of those.
I'd rather, this is the perfect time to release that so that it's not. I guess next Wednesday would kind of work, but this allows any of the weekend warriors to come in to be able to pick it up. And
that's exactly right. I'd rather have it now than be like, well, they missed the mark. So,
right.
All
Nothing
right.
like getting Valentine's Day's comics in May.
Yeah, that is the worst. We can jump over to IDW so I can talk about a couple of fights that we have going on. The first battle royale starts in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe. It is called Battle Nexus number 1, which is releasing. I'll try to explain this. So this is for those that may not follow along. Turtles has been around for 40 years, and there's many iterations of Turtles. We have the Michael Bay movie Turtles, the 1983 original Turtles, the 2010 animated Turtles, the 1990s Turtles that everybody recognizes, the video game Turtles that you haven't maybe experienced yet. There are several different concepts of this license, and for the first time ever, Tom Waltz, who I do trust fully with my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lore, is bringing every single one of those universes into one giant battle royale. It is a 5-week event, and I say weekly because we got one this week, and we will have issue 2 next week. So it is coming along quickly. We will be done with this thing by the end of January 2026. Which is kind of fun. I think it's really interesting. And for lifelong Turtles fans, I know that it's a must read, but I think if you've dabbled in any Turtledom, I think that this is probably a significant pickup and something you might want to enjoy reading. See if your Turtles make it all the way through to the end.
I could also see this being I don't know anything about those other versions of Turtles, and you get a little bit of an introduction kind of idea.
I'll tell you that's what I'm kind of hoping. Like, if you've just been sticking with your 90s cartoon, I'm hoping that reading this will show you the genius of Tom Waltz, and you will go back to the 2011 series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is in my opinion, like the Pitch Perfect Turtles. It has kind of expanded out since then, and I have been embracing that. I wouldn't suggest that's for everybody, but I do love the 2011 run, and with Tom Waltz behind this, I really do think it's worth everybody's shot.
We did stock this one heavily, so if you guys want to buy this one and get Richie to sign it, it is an actual photo of him playing with his
That
turtles.
is not even close to me.
I think it is.
My favorite of the covers is definitely going to be Mateus Santaluco, who's been doing the covers for TMNT Shredder, which has been awesome. If you haven't checked that out either,
I would have picked you for that, although the Freddie Williams is got to be just right behind for you.
Right behind it. I mean, extremely. Yeah. All right, so that is Battle Nexus, but let's jump over to the one that everybody's very familiar with, because we're deep in the middle of the All Fight Month with DC Comics and DCKO. If you go to the filter, you can actually pull up, I think we call them crossover events.
It is a crossover event. You are correct, sir.
So we can click on that and enter in just to see those, if you're looking for them specifically.
And you get the one shot of Red Hood versus the Joker, all the glorious covers that are there, which I'm already starting to see from the afternoon when this turned up live. Pre-orders are coming in. Not all covers are going to make it. Like we stocked. We also had a huge amount of pre-orders on it. So, like we knew where that was at. Then there are 2 issues that also have the different rounds going on. Flash, the Flash number 28 here, Flash versus Green Lantern. And over in Superman, Lex Luthor versus the Demon.
That is correct. The thing about these comics, and Keith and I were talking about it early, was that when we all ordered these, we didn't know who they were. We knew one part of it, but not who they'd battle. And I think the most significant reveal was that Red Hood was going to be battling Joker.
There's a lot of crowbar on those covers.
Yes, there is. This is going to be, I think, the biggest event of this season. The All Fight Month is, we've been waiting, and they knew that too. That's why they saved it for round 8. But each one of these covers, and if you haven't read these books yet, these All Fight Month books, they are just wonderful. So jump in. If you don't know anything about DCKO, but just want to read a really cool comic, I would absolutely suggest Red Hood versus Joker. I
tried to derail Richie mid-thought there by pulling up that Tula Lotte, but
yes, with Mercy, yeah, that was.
I caught him just closing his eyes so he wouldn't.
I was focusing on my sentencing. Yes,
yeah.
There are no bad covers almost throughout the bunch. The surprise underdog for me is the Ethan Young Flash from number 28. It has a Darwin Cook, Walt Simonson kind of look, and I kind of dig it.
This is a very big homage to some Silver Age Flash covers.
Absolutely.
That use the logo like this. So well delivered. Well delivered.
All right. Those are our battle states, but let's talk about companionship. We'll stick right in DC Comics, and we will talk about the Absolute Universe. Crossing again. Yes, absolutely. We are talking every time that when they come out.
I was going to ask you a question about this. Are you slightly surprised? There is huge upswing, huge demand for Batman. Just through the roof. Can't get this. But Superman and Wonder Woman that launched at about the same time have not seen the, skyrocketing support that Batman has. Are you a little surprised that people are still a little bit late to those stories?
I am. I'm not shocked that we're opening the door for people. I'm not trying to sway anyone one way or the other, or talk down to a certain group of customers. But when we bring in new people, a lot of people feel very lost or daunted by the idea of comic books. When you enter our store, a lot of people that aren't used to comics are blown away by the vast selection that you have with comic books. And I think that Absolute Batman is the best welcome mat to anyone brand new. They know Batman and they kind of jump in. I think that they're scared potentially of embracing Absolute in its entirety because they might become one of those nerds, you will. But I do think that as we progress along into the Absolute universe, people will be kind of backtracking, trying to keep track of those things, or picking up a lot of trades to catch up. Because I think that DC knows what they have with the Absolute Universe, and I think they're going to be really putting a lot of weight and to see kind of how much this bridge can support within their storytelling.
I'll say
ahead.
this from watching, like online ordering and people catching up and hitting back issues. Both Superman and Wonder Woman are about at the same level of sold out now that Batman is. And so people are expanding and increasing that. If you don't think you're fully in on a Martian Manhunter storyline, or again, we have Flash hardcover and trades of Volume 1 here to
today.
catch up with. I think that's a really big piece. But for sure, if there was any Wonder Woman left, and as Light One brought up, it was his favorite. I was so
it's one
surprised.
Of my favorites. I know it's one of Keith's favorites.
I was so surprised I enjoyed it as much as I did. And I'm a person, I'll speak honestly, I'll speak openly in all this. I have read some Kelly Thompson that I was not into. And when I saw that was who was going to be putting this together, I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll see. And I gave it a fair try, and it was amazing from the get.
And I think it's important to note that, because it almost had like an unnecessary hurdle to jump in your eyes to be good, and it still delivered.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is.
It's not one of those I had a low bar and it got over it. No, I was really impressed by it. But
Agreed.
If you're going to have a time where people are going to jump in on Absolute Wonder Woman, it's probably when that Bat dude shows up, right?
that is absolutely correct. As I was saying, I think that a great example of how they're going to push the limits of this universe is by slowly integrating those meetings. And our very first one is tomorrow. Batman meets Absolute Wonder Woman, and it is going to just kind of, I think, expand the universe just a little bit. They're not giving us the Trinity. They're not saying Justice League's coming. It's just an expansion. And anybody that's reading Absolute Batman is definitely going to want to read Absolute Wonder Woman, because it is the kickoff. I mean, the handoff was in Absolute Batman 15. Everybody that read that knows that they need to go this way if they want to continue this storyline.
Yeah. So we're going to see this, and we're going to go back to Absolute Batman 16 for the next part of it. That's correct. On the horizon there. But stunning covers.
Yeah.
Like Lyrics, Eom, Chew, just through the roof. The A cover should also give you, if you haven't been reading, this should give you a good a little glimpse into, like the internal. That's Hayden Sherman. That's your interior artist. You should not be skipping this book. You should definitely be in on this book. We're constantly bringing in trades if you just want to go back and read it and get caught up. But the Absolute Universe has delivered and is very impressive. It's popular for a reason. It's not just hype, guys. There's real content and meat on this bone so that you can turn around and enjoy your comics.
We will stay with DC because we're here, and we'll talk about one variant I desperately wanted to show everybody. It is kind of a B variant to the first issue's A. Batman Static Beyond. Raza did this cover sold out on the A quickly, and I guarantee you it will sell out very quickly again, as this is the kind of mirrored image. Before it was Static with the Batman Beyond lit behind him, and now we have Batman Beyond with the Static symbol lit behind him. So definitely wanted to get your eyes on that so you don't miss it throughout the humble and jumble in the holiday season.
If you want it, you should get it. It will be gone.
Yes.
It's funny because I was halfway wondering if you were going to bring up this one, the Greg Smallwood.
I really like, I love it. And I like that it has to go kind of horizontal. But it is, they're fighting out there for best covers, because
there's quality stuff.
Yeah, I did bring for a little runway was Harley and Ivy #2, which you just landed on.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a bad cover in this bunch.
And Harley Quinn 57 is also. This is also, it has the Terry and Rachel Dodson homage back to that Harley Quinn.
Yes.
This Jessica Luna is amazing. The Inhook Lee is great.
There's a
it's,
DNA cover that's really good.
yeah, you definitely like that. Let's bring up the DNA again,
just so Nam gets mad.
just so everybody knows you can't have it, but it's really good.
It's
And
really
you should look
good.
out in a week or two for when it
Yeah.
comes back in stock.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of those variants are excellent and worth it. The final thing I wanted to talk about in DC was the finale of Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman. She has been chasing corgis throughout different portals of time and dimensions, and the final corgi has been located. If you haven't been reading this, you've been absolutely missing out. A wonderful, wonderful comic, absolutely lighthearted. You should 100% pick this up if you have family or friends or kiddos that you want to introduce to comics. It's been a while since I've been able to say something like that, so I really want to champion Tom King and DC for putting out something that can kind of grasp all ages. And the Julian Tedesco cover is, I think, my favorite on this thing.
Really? With a bat corgi? That's so strange.
It's a bat corgi. Look at it. It's fantastic.
And there's a Robin corgi to go right with it, right?
Yes. It's wonderful.
You're getting the whole team there.
Next up, we are going to go over to Marvel and talk about the Will of Doom.
The wheel of what?
The Will of Doom. Most Marvelites know that Doom had taken over basically everything in the Marvel universe. And we are finally coming to the precipice and end of this series. Fantastic Four won the day, but what does that mean for the future of Marvel Comics? The only way to find out is by picking up this comic. It is going to lead us into 2026 with a lot of ramifications and completely new landscape for a lot of these characters. Red Hulk being one of the chief among them. I think that there's a lot of excellent covers here. Adi Granoff is the one that I'm definitely leaning towards, but of course, J. Scott Campbell's excellent team variant, I think, will be one sought after as well.
So the J. Scott Campbell, to point that out to everybody, is a wraparound cover. And it is the Just Spectacular collection. That is all of the people that were on the individual J. Scotts 2 months ago.
Yes, yes.
This is the team shot of everybody from the variants that he did there, the big collage there. Do not sleep on the Stephen Platt or the Sanford Green foil.
Thanks for bringing those up. Yep.
These here, we actually got a really good scan of this one today. I can't believe how good it came out. The image that they gave us is very flat. This is way, way better for that. So there. So, and then the Stephen Platt, which us old timers are going to remember his work. If you don't, that's okay. You can get introduced right now in all this.
Perfect time to join.
Yeah, but there is a lot of Moon Knight out there with Stephen Platt's name on it that is really amazing. So enjoy the options and everything there. It's tough to have the cover choice of the week between when you got the winter break specials or you got the Harleys, you got these other ones. But Will of Doom is so broad. I think that it
wins the runway
lineup of covers.
It's a good argument. The final thing we can talk about Marvel, as December does kind of end certain things, we are coming to a close on our Age of Revelation series. The final series coming out this week are Cloak or Dagger, Expatriate, X-Men, Undeadpool, and X-Vengers. All of those are coming to a close this week.
I feel like these stories ran about the right length.
I 100% agree. Yes.
The 3 issues gave you enough that it wasn't just a really quick hit and run, but didn't drag out plot points beyond to the point where you're like, oh, this is the filler issue. Well, we'll wait for next issue to get to the final part. Right. I think that they delivered really well for that.
I do think that there was some serious effort put into this event, which doesn't always happen, especially with the big 2. Not to talk crap, but that's just kind of how it works. And this is not one of those. So hopefully you've been enjoying them. Your regularly scheduled programs will begin back up in January. And we do have one more finale issue coming next week for Age of Revelation.
Yeah, give it all the wrap up on that there. So Plenty of great choices of different items out there. There is many more that we didn't even have a chance to kind of hit up.
There's a great Frisson variant from Hello Darkness.
You could just skip that. Like it's like, here's the thing.
Woo!
It's a really great variant.
It is.
It's second place on this book.
What?
This, with the homage to what it goes back to.
Fine.
This
fine.
They're both great.
They're really
absolutely both great.
Really good.
But this one also cheats because the Ji Hung Lee here was done as a virgin. So it's
true.
Frisson delivered like normal. It's amazing. But and Tales Inside look like that they're holiday related. So have some fun there. But this original cover, and I'm blanking on which one.
Sean would know.
Yeah, Sean absolutely would know, but he's out there doing the rack. But Sean just told me, he's like, yeah, the original cover sold for ridiculous levels of money because it's on one of those old horror books.
I believe it.
Pretty good for that. So I agree with you, Light One. The lollipop does change the flavor.
It's a little rough. Yeah.
So feel free to turn around and place your orders. We do ship. You can turn around and select in-store pickup. That's what I'm going to be working on for the rest of the night to get all this stuff nice and ready. So you can just pop in, grab your stuff and run if you need to, or finish off your holiday shopping here tomorrow. We are open normal hours, 10 to 6:30. We do have the very last day of the sale, and all the sale items are up and going. You know, like
huge sales going on.
Yeah, sales, the Christmas season sales to help you guys stretch that dollar out there for everybody to turn around and get what they were looking for. But it's a big week on the rack. So get your reading together so that you can ignore your family on Christmas if you need to. Or
Yep. The second someone starts talking politics, you're like, I'm sorry, I got this book I got to read. It's rough.
I got to see my meeting of Wonder Woman and Batman. So
That's right.
I'll check in with you in a bit. So enjoy your
come
time.
visit us.
Have a blast. We will see all of you shortly. And if we don't see you before the holidays, have a great one.
Bye.
Happy holidays. One and all, here is just some of the hype available this Christmas Eve. Absolute Wonder Woman meets Absolute Batman in issue number 15. Red Hood finally gets his battle with the Joker in DCKO. Marvel celebrates with a winter break special. After the fall of Doom, what will become of the Fantastic Four? Find out in The Will of Doom. Sweet Paprika arrives with a holiday special. Find a gift from Image Comics in their blind bag stocking stuffer, featuring ratio variants from the biggest titles of the year. Fire and Ice are bringing a one-shot titled Necron. The Gargoyles bring out their Christmas cheer, and the Battle Nexus begins for all the TMNT. Get what you want and more at iwantmorecomics.com.